Emergencies can happen anywhere and at any time, whether it be from a hurricane, a power outage, earthquakes, fire, windstorm, tornadoes. The question is, in the event of an emergency, are you prepared with not only a plan, but with a kit to take you through the process of that emergency? I'm Kylie McKinney, founder and owner of True Prosperity Financial Coaching, where I empower individuals who are struggling financially to win with money, and those who are doing well with money I empower them to do even better and to stay their course. I want to talk with you about how important it is to have an emergency kit, but more importantly, the things that you can put in an emergency kit, which, by the way, you'll find are very simple. You may have some of these items already around your house, but if you don't, it's very important that you, on a budget, put one together so that in the event of an emergency, you and your family can weather the storm or weather the process. I have some items that I'm going to show you and talk to you about that you must have in an emergency kit. This emergency kit is something that you want to make sure that you keep in the house, in a safe place in your house, so that in the event that an emergency comes or happens, you are well prepared. So what are some of the things that you would need to have in an emergency kit? And by the way, I have some products behind me that I'll be illustrating. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but I'm going to highlight a few of them to let you know that those items are important to have in an emergency kit during a life event. By the way, I will also have in the description a more detailed listing of different items that you can have or you can purchase. You can go to your local store or even Amazon, by which I'm an affiliate, by the way, to purchase these items and make sure that you and your family are safe and are secure with the necessary things you need. Well, one thing you need to have in an emergency kit is water. I'm going to show you here this gallon of water, and it's recommended that you have 1 gallon per person per day for several days for various reasons. For number one, sanitation, and the other for drinking. So water is what you need. You also need to have things such as food. You need food for several days, a several-day supply of food, non-perishable items that can sustain you. Also, it's good to have extra batteries. Extra batteries are needed in an emergency kit. In an emergency kit also, obviously, you would need a first aid kit. A first aid kit that has things such as bandages and different types of medicinal items in here that you can use to sustain you in an event of emergency. Also, it's good to have a flashlight if the power were to go out. Having a flashlight handy would be very helpful in the event of an emergency. What else? Well, you would need a whistle. A whistle is something that you would need because if you need to signal for help, that's the best way to do so, by having a whistle. Also, dust masks. Dust masks are very, very important to make sure that you protect yourself in the event that the air is pollutant. So it protects you from air pollutants. Also, a manual can opener to open up food items and different items you may have. So there are many things, of course, things such as hand sanitizer, toilet tissue. You also need to have in your emergency kit things such as disinfectant wipes to wipe down different contaminated surfaces that you may encounter. Also things such as insect repellent. All these different things, and I can go on and on and on about all the things that are necessary to have in an emergency kit, but the main thing is to start one. You may say, well, I don't have a big budget for that. Well, again, you already have a lot of these things around the house, but also you can check with your local store or, again, Amazon. And by the way, again, I'll have links to other suggestions within the description. So please check out the description for various links and suggestions that you can have that would help you and your family prepare for an emergency. One thing that you don't want to do is not be prepared. Life happens, and as we see at any time of the year, anywhere in the world, an emergency can happen. But you having the right items in place makes the difference. I would also recommend that once you get your emergency kit together, put it in a particular container, or you can have a duffel bag, as you see here, that you can put it in. All the items so that they're in one central place, so that if or when an emergency happens, you can go to that go-to place to make sure that you know where everything is. So having an emergency kit is very important. It's essential. It's smart planning. It's even connected with financial planning. We talk about financial planning as far as getting out of debt, living on a budget, saving for emergencies. Well, part of this is making sure that you also have other off branches of that in place, which is the actual kit itself for an emergency. And that can be done on a budget, or if, no or about it, on a budget is necessary, because you want to make sure that you're not going into debt in doing this. But of course, a lot of these items are already in your home. So I'm going to, again, have a list in the description that gives other ideas or other suggestions to have in an emergency kit. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, and even furthermore, subscribe. Be one of my subscribers, where you can continue to receive content and information on how to win with money, how to build your wealth, how to leave a legacy. If you need coaching, you can also find that information in the description notes as well. But today, I definitely want to make sure that you're prepared in the event that an emergency happens with an emergency kit.